Let us see next point, rate of reaction. In last video we have seen how to write the rate of reaction. Okay. Now see, the rate of reaction depends upon concentration of reactant at given time. Understand? Rate of reaction depends upon reactant concentration for a given time instant. Okay. And this relationship between rate of reaction and reactant concentration is given in the form of rate law. Okay, so we can say rate law is the relationship between rate of reaction and concentration of reaction. Let us see one example. See the reaction, A moles of A reacts with B moles of B, which give C moles of C plus D moles of D. Understand? So A and B are reactants and C and D are products. Okay. So here we have to write the rate of reaction and the relationship between rate of reaction and reactant concentration. So the rate of reaction at given time is directly proportional to its molar concentration at that time raised to the simple powers. Okay, so rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant. Okay, two reactants we have, reactant A and reactant B. Okay, raised to simple powers. So here power is x, here power is y. Okay, so rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of A raised to the power x multiplied by concentration of B raised to the power y. Okay, now let us write, therefore rate of reaction is equal to K multiplied by concentration of A raised to the power x, concentration of B raised to the power y, where K is proportionality constant. Understand? K is called as proportionality. So K is proportionality constant. Okay, and for rate constant, value of rate constant is independent of the concentration of the reactant and it varies with temperature. Understand? Rate constant varies with temperature. It does not depend upon the concentration of A and concentration of B. Okay. Now for unit concentration means what? Suppose concentration of A is equal to concentration of B is equal to 1. Okay. For unit concentration of A and B means concentration of A is also 1 and concentration of B is also 1. In that case, what will be the rate law? See, I am writing this again. See, rate of reaction. Okay, concentration of A is equal to 1. So what I will write? K, concentration of A is 1 multiplied by 1. Concentration of B is also 1. So what will be the rate of reaction in this case? Rate of reaction in this case, K multiplied by 1 means what? K only. Understand? So when concentration of A and B is unit, means for unit concentrations, rate of reaction is equal to proportionality constant. Rate of reaction is equal to K, means what? Rate of reaction is equal to proportionality constant. Understand? And this equation we have written upside over here. Rate of reaction is equal to K, concentration of A raised to the power x, concentration of B raised to the power y, is called as differential rate law. What it is called as? Differential rate law. Okay, so this is called as differential rate law. Now let us see what are these x and y, these exponents. Okay, what is x and what is y? See, these x and y, they are different than mole of reactants. See here I have written A and B. A are the mole of reactant A and B are the mole of reactant B. But here we have written concentration of A raised to the power x, concentration of B raised to the power y. Understand? But these exponents are not equal to the moles or stoichiometry constant. Understand? They are different than this. See, the values of x and y are experimentally determined values. Okay, experiment is done, and from that experiment or according to experiment, the values of x and y are written in this equation. Understand? Rate of rate law, in this differential rate law. So differential rate law is experimentally written, experimentally found values. Understand? It does not depend upon the reaction, balance reaction equation. Okay, it has nothing to do with the moles of reactant or stoichiometry of reactant. These values are experimentally determined values. Understood? And therefore it can be say that the rate law is determined experimentally. Understand? Rate law is determined experimentally and expresses the rate of chemical reaction in terms of molar concentrations. Understand? Molar concentration of reactant and not predicted from the stoichiometry of the reactant. It does not depend upon number of moles. It depends upon the concentration of reactant. Understand? And it is experimentally determined, rate law. Okay. Now, the exponent x and y appearing in rate law tells us how the concentration change affect the rate of reaction. Understand? When concentration of reactant changes, rate of reaction also changes. Okay. So these values of x and y, when these values x and y in the rate law changes, the rate of reaction also changes. Understand? And let us see it in detail. Okay, how the rate of reaction changes with the concentration of reactant. So let us see effect of concentration of reactant on rate of reaction. Okay, again same rate law I have written over here. Rate of reaction is equal to K multiplied by concentration of A multiplied by concentration of B. So let us see the first case. First case is for x is equal to y is equal to 1. Understand? Means this exponent x is equal to 1, y is also equal to 1. So how this rate equation will become? Okay, these values are 1, right? That means in this case rate is equal to K concentration of A concentration of B. Understand? So here in this case we can say the equation implies that the rate of reaction depends linearly on the concentration of A and B. If either the concentration of A or B is double, the rate will also be doubled. Okay, here concentration is 1, here concentration is 1. So rate of the reaction is equal to concentration of A multiplied by concentration of B. But if concentration of A is doubled or concentration of B is doubled, that time what will happen? Rate of reaction will also doubled. Understand? So that is the second case. When x and y is equal to 1, this is the rate of reaction. Okay. Now, suppose concentration of A means exponent x will become 2. Okay. X is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. So that time how our rate law will become? K A. In place of x what we have to write? 2. Here we have to write 2. Okay. And concentration of B, y is equal to 1. So it will remain as it is. Understand? So this is the rate of reaction or rate law for x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. Okay. Rate of reaction is equal to proportionality constant multiplied by concentration of A raised to the power 2, concentration of B raised to the power 1. Understand? If concentration of A is doubled, keeping B constant. Okay. Concentration of B is constant but concentration of A is doubled. Understand? And in this case the rate of reaction will increase by factor of 4. So this is the rate law for x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. Now let us see third possibility. See, when x is equal to 0, in that case see our rate is equal to K concentration of A concentration of B. Understand? So here x is equal to 0. So here 0 will come and here our y will be there. Okay. So x is equal to 0. That means concentration of A raised to the power 0. That means this whole. So in this case rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of B only. It does not depend upon the concentration of A. Why? Because value of x is equal to 0. Understand? So when x is equal to 0, the rate is independent of concentration of A and it is dependent on the concentration of B. Okay, concentration of B के ऊपर ही rate of reaction depend रहता है, A के ऊपर depend नहीं रहता. Okay, so this was the case 3. Now case 4 is if x is smaller than 0, that means it has negative value. Okay, when x is negative, that time rate, this is case number 4. If x is smaller than 0, that means value of x is negative. Okay, in that case rate decreases as the concentration of A increases. Okay, concentration of A will increase. Okay, but the value of x is less than 0. In that case rate of reaction will decrease. Okay, so what we can say, if x is smaller than 0, the rate decreases as concentration of A increases. Okay, so these were the 4 possibilities which affect the rate of reaction. Okay, and this rate of reaction, how it depends upon the concentration of reactant. Now let us see how to write the rate law. See next point, writing the rate law. Okay, consider this reaction. 2H2O2 hydrogen peroxide in gaseous form gives us 2H2O liquid, 2 molecules of water plus 1 molecule of oxygen gas. Here we have to write the rate law. Okay, and we know rate law. In rate law or rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of reactant. Understand? So for this reaction, rate law can be written as rate is equal to K, proportionality constant, concentration of reactant H2O2. Okay, and rate law depends upon the concentration of reactant. It does not depend upon the moles of reactant. It is experimentally determined value. It has nothing to do with the mole of reactant, 2 moles, 3 moles, 4 moles, nothing we have to mention in rate law. This is experimentally determined value. Experiment हमें ये value देता है. Okay, so rate is equal to K, concentration of H2O2. In this way we can write the rate of reaction. One question is given in your textbook. Let us solve that. Say this, for the reaction NO2 plus CO, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, give us NO gas plus CO2 gas. Okay, so these are the reactants and these two are products. The rate of reaction is experimentally found to be proportional to the square of the concentration of NO2. Understand? Rate of reaction depends upon the square of concentration of NO2. So this is our NO2. Okay, we have to write the concentration of NO2 and square of it. That means value of X is 2 in this case. And it is independent that of CO, carbon monoxide. It does not depend upon the carbon monoxide. So concentration of carbon monoxide will not appear in rate law. Write the rate law. So let us write. You can see here same reaction I have written over here. And what they have told, rate of reaction. Okay, rate of reaction depends upon the concentration or square of concentration of NO2. Okay, so K multiplied by concentration of NO2. Square of concentration means here square will come. And rate of reaction does not depend upon the concentration of CO. So this will not appear because rate of reaction does not depend upon the concentration of CO. So need not to write this. This is the equation or expression for rate law of this reaction. As they have told, rate of reaction depends upon the square of concentration of NO2 and it is independent of the concentration of carbon monoxide. Okay, so here in this way we can write the rate. Here are some important points, key points about order of reaction. Understand? So see the first one, the order of a chemical reaction is experimentally determined. Again and again I am telling you. Okay, the order of chemical reaction is experimentally determined. Why it is experimentally determined? Because order of chemical reaction depends upon the rate law and rate law is experimentally determined. Understand? And that's why order of chemical reaction is also experimentally determined. B, The order can be integer or fractional. Integer, it can be 0, it can be positive, it can be negative. Fractional in the form of numerator denominator. Understand? So one example they have given, CH3CHO give us CH4 plus CO, methane plus carbon monoxide. So the rate law for the reaction was found to be rate is equal to K concentration of CH3CHO raised to the power 3 by 2. Here you can see the power of concentration of reactant is 3 by 2. It is fractional. Understand? And hence the order of reaction is also 3 by 2. So order of reaction can be integer or it can be fractional also. Understand? Next, point number 3. See, the order of reaction can be 0. Understand? Order of reaction, same point we have seen upside. Order of reaction can be integer. That means integers include 0 also. So order of reaction can also be 0. NO2 plus CO give us NO plus CO2. The rate expression for this reaction is rate is equal to K concentration of NO2 raised to the power 2. Means in this reaction rate depends upon the concentration of one reactant only. It does not depend upon the concentration of another reactant. So power of concentration of this reactant can be 0. Okay, and that's why it is not included in this rate law. Okay, this shows that order of reaction with respect to NO2 is 2. Okay, with CO is 0. That's why 2 plus 0 is 2. It is by order of reaction is 2. Or the rate is independent of the concentration of CO. The overall order of reaction is 2. Okay, next point is only a few reactions of third order are known. Okay, there are very few reactions whose order is 3. And reactions with orders higher than 3 means 4, 5, 6 are scanty. Scanty means very rare. Very rare. Okay. So this is an uncommon order of reaction. Above 3. More than 3. And there are very few reactions which have order 3. Third order reaction. Okay. So here we have seen key points about the order of reaction. Let us see some example they have given over here. Say this problem 6.4. For the reaction 2NO plus 2H2 give us N2 plus 2H2O. Okay. Rate law they have given K NO2 square or NO2 raised to the power 2. Concentration of H2 raised to the power 1. Nothing is there. That means it is 1. What is the order with respect to NO and H2? What is the overall order of reaction? What is the power of NO? 2. That means order of reaction with respect to NO is 2. And with respect to H2, what is the power of concentration of H2? Nothing is given. That means there is 1. There is 1. So, order of reaction with respect to H2 gas is 1. And order of reaction with respect to NO is 2. Now, we have to find out overall order of reaction. Overall order of reaction is 2 plus 1 is 3. Understand? Same thing they have given over here. In the rate law expression, the exponent of NO, exponent means power or index. You have studied in mathematics. Exponent of NO, concentration of NO is 2 and that of hydrogen gas is 1. Okay. And overall order of reaction is 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay. Hence, reaction is second order with respect to NO. Second order. And with respect to H2 gas, first order. And overall order is 2 plus 1, 3. That is third order. Okay. Let us see one more example. See this. We have to solve this. Try this. The reaction CHCl3 gaseous plus Cl2 chlorine gas give us CCl4 carbon tetrachloride plus HCl hydrochloric acid is first order in CHCl3. Okay. And half order in Cl2. Write the rate law and overall order of the reaction. Let us solve this. So you can see here same reaction I have written over here. Understand? Now we have to write the rate law first. Okay, so rate is equal to K. Okay, concentration of CHCl3, concentration of Cl2. Okay, now they have given that reaction is first order in CHCl3. Understand? So here first order means we will write 1, and half order in Cl2. So here we will write half. Understand? Exponent of CHCl3 is 1. That's why with respect to CHCl3 order is 1. And exponent of Cl2 is 1 by 2. That means order of this reaction with respect to chlorine gas is half. Now we have to write, oh, this is the rate law. Okay. Now we have to write order of reaction. Understand? So order of reaction means what? Sum of exponents. 1 plus half. Okay. So let us find the overall order of reaction. Okay. Order of reaction is equal to 1 plus 1 upon 2. Now we have to solve this to find out the overall order of reaction. Okay. So 1 means what? 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 2. Now when we have to add them, or when we have to do the addition of fractions, we have to equalize the denominators. Okay, or cross multiplication also we can do. So 2 ones are 2, 1 ones are 1. Okay, divided by multiplication of denominators. 2 ones are 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3 upon 2. So this is the overall order of reaction. See, numericals in this lesson, chemical kinetics, are very easy. Simple numericals are there. Understand? They will ask you to write the rate law. They will ask you to find the overall order of reaction. So these only addition, subtraction, addition only you have to do. Understood? So this is the overall order of reaction. Understand? In this way we can find out order of reaction with respect to reactants, order of or overall order of reaction with the help of rate law. And rate law and order of reaction are experimentally determined things or concepts. Understand? Now next point is molecularity of elementary reaction, that we will see in next video. Let us stop here.